imperialism. You know that money is the reason America is killing for oil, not for freedom. Don't believe it. If you like more, then you can't complain. With another Bush in office who could ascertain once Afghanistan's down, ain't that a shame? They're gonna have to go back to Iraq again. But the saddest thing is the facts are plain. George Bush is as bad as Saddam Hussein. Saddam rigged elections, Bush did also. He lost though, still he took office pronto. Saddam ignores the UN, so does the US. At the World Summit on racism, they turn their backs. Saddam invades countries, Bush is do the same. Assassinates enemies just like the CIA. Saddam kills his own people to this day. Bush is the second biggest killer in the USA. He surpassed only by USA.
Everyone in black stand up for peace. Peace action.
Peace of action. We're here every Wednesday. So are women all over the country in their city.
It's international, actually.
It is?
Yeah. It started in Jerusalem.
Oh, wow.
In the 80s with Israeli and Palestinian women standing together.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
It's moved all around the world.
At the end of the 80s, Israeli women and Palestinian women stood together protesting the occupation and the mistreatment of the Palestinians. That's where it began, but it's all over the world. And it's not an organization, it's just a movement where people agree to have vigil, usually once a week.
Cool.
And I saw it in Jerusalem this spring, but that's where it started.
So when did the Austin chapter start up?
We were just talking about that. I think it was 2002. I wasn't a part of it until a little bit later, after the war started, after the Iraqi war started, you know. And we are here every single Wednesday, no matter whether it's raining or sleeting or snowing or hot.
Mario Savio from the 60s.
Very good.
He says there comes a time when the operation of the machine becomes so odious.
Makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop. And you've got to indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it, that unless you're free, the machine will be prevented from working.
The machine will be prevented from working at all.
There's a logical argument that if you're not out there and just sitting back, that you're part of the problem.
Right.
Totally.
It's
well,
really
even
time to
if
get
your
out there.
job is a job that, you know, you're making some weapons or you are part of the problem. I mean, we just have to stop participating in all those things that make this machine work. Absolutely.
Yeah, read Andrew Bracevich's new book, is that we are now a country of perpetual war.
What makes y'all want to come out here and speak out against war?
I am 76 years old. I have seen wars all my life, starting with the big one. And it's a tragedy. It's a human tragedy. Violence is a human tragedy. And I know that maybe this won't help anything, but it helps me stand for what I believe on the right side.
Saddam ignores the UN, so does the US. At the World Summit on racism, they turn their backs. Saddam invades countries, Bush is do the same. Assassinates enemies just like the CIA. Saddam kills his own people to this day. Bush is the second biggest killer in the USA. He surpassed only by Timothy McVeigh. If George hadn't killed him off, then maybe he could run for office. All this they share in common. If they want to square it off, it's not a problem. Put them in a ring and watch them. But don't be surprised if they don't fight. Turn the weather, and secretly they'll probably work together. It's not far-fetched if you recall the data. U.S. armed Saddam, Osama, and Noriega. I could have told you this, see, before it had begun. This whole presidency looks like a bad rerun. This is D. I'm an Indian, so in fact, I'm the same color as the brothers in Iraq.
They chose Iraq cause it rhymes with attack. Gotta get a bite for the 6 o'clock news. Worldwide presidential power been abused. Half the government's confused, the other half are fucking fools, and half of them are fucking fools. But them bitches ain't the only ones who gotta pay them dues. Here's the difference like you never seen. Democrats use a little bit of Vaseline. Republicans hit it raw, make you scream. And if you pull, piss on your dreams.
George Bush and Dick Cheney, a Bush and a dick. You're caught in a pick, better name me for crooks that don't get. The world fucked up in a ruthless attempt to control the whole globe at any expense. And when they commence, they never show the horror they cause or the total of the lives that are lost. images, the media is never concerned. Babies born to form for radiated uranium. US and Britain were busily spraying them with 300 tons during desert storms. So for generations of cancer, they'll have to answer the mass disaster they've already caused makes them the greatest criminals. And they're the ones inspecting weapons, it's ridiculous. That's why the world community opposes this war with these words of unity.
People pleaded, but there was no reply. Set bombs from the sky like the 4th of July. Fireworks celebration, corrupt nation seeking domination. It's disgusting the hate they preserve to get a hold of the world's second largest oil reserve. The situation we all been placed in on account of a scheme by a devilish regime. Seeking re-election, so they need a distraction. No satisfaction, couldn't catch Osama. Made a scapegoat, now he's following his father's footsteps while the world holds its breath. Who's a real terrorist? We got a sure bet. The bitter fruit of the war that you wage is the whole damn world held hostage. This is Sage and I'm black, same color as the brothers in Iraq.
It's not a war on terrorism, it's a war of terrorism. Neo-imperialism. You know that money is the reason they drop bombs to kill people, not to free them. It's not a war on terrorism, it's a war of terrorism.